Are you ready to go to the Kelso sand dunes? What a strange phenomena out in the middle of nowhere. Let's go find out what it's all about. Strap that seatbelt on and let's roll. Kelso Dunes, off in the distance. Here we are, on the road that leads to the Kelso Dunes. You can see the dunes in the distance. I've got a feeling it's a big pile of sand. Lots of potholes, so the white shadow has to take it easy. About a mile away, so you can see how large the dunes actually are. Okay, here we are at the Mojave Preserve. And as you can see, those are the Kelso Dunes. The white shadow. Decided it was a good idea to stop by the Kelso Dunes just so we could check it out. It's an interesting place with movable dunes. Let's go find out what it's all about. Alright, so we're heading to the Kelso Dunes. See what it's like. So here are the Kelso Dunes. We're a little closer on the trail. You can see some dunes way off there in the distance, but these dunes are large, as you can see, really large. And what's amazing is these dunes did not start off here. They actually moved here by the power of wind, maybe gravity, water, I don't know, but we are taught that these dunes weren't originally from this location. They actually moved to this location at some point in time. So let's get closer. Now as you follow this trail, you can see the sand. I mean, look at this sand. It's just fine, very fine sand. And you can see it's not like coarse sand that we find at the beach. It's really fine. And when walking, it is, you can feel how soft it is under your feet. It's like walking on marshmallows. When your foot comes down, it collapses. The ground or the sand underneath you collapses and gives way, so your momentum's only being propelled by half of your energy. The other half is sinking in the sand. One thing I learned from being out here, I actually rode horseback up here when I was horse camping over in that mountain range over there. So the dunes, you can see them, and you can see a large party of people possibly coming down. I don't know if you can see them or not, but they're over there coming down. There's the little black dots moving this way. There's some people on the very top up there trying to get to the top ridge up there, which would be a worthy climb, because for every step you go up, you're going to slide down at least one, if not two, walking in this sand. But the dunes started a long time ago when I first started this trail, and it goes all the way up to there. Now, for time's sake, we also want to see the Kelso Depot. So we're going to bid the Kelso sand dunes goodbye, and we'll pick them up again a little bit closer on another day. Let's head back to the White Shadow. He's waiting to roll. Okay, we're gonna head to the Kelso Depot. It's an old abandoned railroad depot. Some oddity out in the middle of nowhere in the Mojave Preserve. Let's go check it out. And here we've arrived. This old post office down by the Kelso train depot. Lots of people here. There's a depot. Let's go check it out. Overland Route, Kelso Depot. This is inside the depot. The stair. I'll go over to the top of you. Got you. I didn't get you. I went over the top. This guy didn't fare too well. Horsepower. So this must be the Union Pacific Railroad room. It has various bits of older information, old billboards and signs. cruising the desert highways. A place called home, pioneering desert communities. These folks were shooting coyotes. Look at the precursor to the white shadow. The precursor to the precursor of the white shadow. The Vulcan Mine. There used to be a restaurant here at this place. Actually, the restaurant lasted the depot, and this is some of the china. We have Barbara here at the Kelso Depot. She's going to talk a little bit about the depot. She has something really cool to say about helper cars.
Okay. So the depot here was built in 1924, and when it was built, it had a few major functions to help trains pass through the area. The first was that the trains in 1924 were all steam engines. The diesel engine had not been invented yet. Steam is just really hot water. Deserts notoriously do not have a lot of water. But there actually is water here in Kelso. About 10 or so miles away over that way, there's a natural spring called Cornfield Spring. And the people that built the depot actually made a pipeline that would get the water from the spring here to the depot so that the steam engines could be reloaded. Another important reason they needed a depot here was because when you're going from Kelso to Sema, you can't really tell if you're in a modern automobile, but the trains would gain about 2,000 feet of elevation in only 30 miles, and their engines just weren't strong enough to do that on their own. So they had to have an additional engine called a helper engine attached to the back of the car. The helper engine would go on the back of the train and help push it up that steep grade. It was a 2.2% grade. At the top of the hill, workers would uncouple the helper engine and it would be allowed to slowly come back down to Kelso for the next route. At its busiest time in the 1940s, there were several trips up to Sema every day. I think there were around 10 a day, so it was very busy. This building slowly fell into disuse as technology improved. In the 1950s, the diesel engine was invented, so the cars didn't need to stop to fill up with water anymore. Diesel engines were much more powerful than steam. The diesel engines also, because they were more powerful, didn't need helper engines. They were able to make the trip up the grade without any help. By 1972, the lunchroom was so unused that the 9 to 5 staff was eliminated, but workers were still able to get meals if they put in some advance notice. By 1979, the clubhouse manager and his wife refused to live here at the depot and insisted on having housing in Baker instead. In 1985, this building was closed, and after some extensive remodeling, it was reopened in 2005 as the Mojave National Preserve Visitor Center.
That's cool. That's cool. Very cool. So what is it like, because we're going to want to know, what's it like to work a job like this?
Well, it's really fun. It's fun living
Getting
here.
a lot of people.
Yeah, you get to
Oh,
meet
it's
a
fun
lot of
living here in
people.
Kelso?
Yeah.
Okay.
Greatest city in the world.
All right.
You do get to meet a lot of people. There's some people traveling from all over the world, and usually they're in a great mood because they're on vacation.
Okay, it's always good. Yeah. So what do the locals do here?
Lots of hiking, biking, photography, recreational activities. This is not the place to be if you need restaurants and theater and culture.
Culture. It has its own culture.
Has its own
Did,
culture.
what type of jobs did it have? What kind of employment opportunities are there for people?
Yeah, good question. So there's the National Park Service, obviously.
Yeah.
Everybody working here works for the National Park Service. Across the railroad tracks, there are still Union Pacific Railroad employees that live here in Kelso.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know them as well as I would like to. I know that some of them have children because there's a school bus that comes by in the morning to take them to Baker.
Okay, so the schools are in Baker.
Yeah, that's 35 miles away.
What's the population?
600, give or take.
So Baker's 35 miles away, so we could drive to Baker.
Yeah, you could.
There's a restaurant there, food.
Yeah, there's I think 11 fast food restaurants
And the
about
world's biggest
7 or
clock
8.
or something like that?
World's largest thermometer.
Thermometer.
And an alien beef jerky store.
Okay. That's got to be high on the list. So, what is the biggest event that's happened in this town? Did you know?
Ooh. Well, it's probably before I got here. Philip, what was the biggest event that has happened in Kelso?
The big boy came through.
Yeah, talk to him about that.
The big boy is a locomotive came.
It was on a tour, so Union Pacific had a tour. They do that from time to time. They have historic trains in their train yard in Cheyenne.
And it came through here and just drove or what? Stopped?
It was can't remember because there were a couple of trains that happened during the time I was here.
Okay.
And that was the most recent. I believe it was. I can't remember if it was on a car, sitting resting on a gondola car or something, or if it was under its own power that pushed off.
Well, if you come here, make sure you say hi to Barbara and to Philip. Thank you very much. Okay, now as we go down through the depot, the actual area where the passengers would come and would be down in this area here. And this is also where they, got myself in it. This is also where they did their communications. So, I'm not sure if it's open, but it is open. Let's go inside. Oh yes, and you could buy your ticket here. Check it out at the ticket counter. Oh, the telegraph, that's what the name of that thing is. Check out this phone. Oh yes, check out that phone. So let's see what we can do here. Hello? Yes? Can you hear me? It's for you. So this is the baggage room. Looks like there's some baggage of some sort in there. But this is cool. This is where you get your tickets. How cool is that? Look at that little clock in the bar so that you didn't break through and arrest the people. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at that telephone on there. Yeah, let's go over here. The door? What's in here? Ooh, mail slots. And there it is. How cool is that? And this is the Grimson family house and store. This is what's left of it. It burned down, as you read in that picture. The stairs in the picture, the tree, the wall and fireplace, and the foundation. Well, what can you say? This is a cool destination, and I would recommend you drive out. It's a long drive, don't get me wrong, but you can see a couple other things on the way. How cool is this? The White Shadow's waiting in the parking lot. We got some miles to drive. That's the good news. Let's roll. We're in the Mojave Preserve. There's only miles and miles of road in front of us and nothing to do but